We are excited to have in the studio with us the winners of the Jingle Bell Rock 2019. It's Brett Gorney and Alan Mulkey. Hi, guys. How are you?
Congratulations.
Good. All right. So you found the rock. Where was it, first of all?
It was in the commuter parking lot up near Northeast 122nd and Sooner Road, right off of I-35.
All right. So how did you know it was there?
Every day at 7:20, a couple of guys come on the radio and give a clue, and after about 15 of them, it became almost evident where it was, but they were tough clues this year. I mean, I've talked to several people that's doing this that didn't win, and they were all over the city.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how many people were up there, but man, there were some tough clues. We loved it, though. It made it really challenging and a few sleepless nights, but it was good.
And the clue that got you there, what really helped you narrow it down?
Well, the Halloween clue with the Witcher neighborhood kind of stuck out. The 122nd Street clue.
Which was the...
Oh, that was my favorite. That was 2 minute...
2 minute fudge.
2 minute fudge. And
2 minute fudge.
2 minute fudge.
There's no way it's two. And I was dumb. I went to food.com and looked it up, and the answer was 2 minutes. I was like, why am I still looking this up? And it was 2 minutes. I kept looking it up thinking you're all trying to trick me, and you weren't.
Well, actually, that could have been a trick because 2 minute fudge might have been the total time, including preparation.
I noticed that.
And only cook it for a minute.
Yeah, but I couldn't find one that said 1 minute. Every one of them said cook
2
for
minutes,
2.
yeah.
So I was
There
like,
you
okay,
go.
2 minutes. They're not going to do that. And I said 120 seconds. I said, that doesn't.
Wait.
Yes, it does. 120 seconds. So I couldn't believe it because I'm not usually one to get a clue in like 5 seconds, but for some reason that one just clicked.
Well, we were afraid that one would be a really good one, so that's why we waited till the end, to really narrow.
Yeah.
Well, that's what makes it difficult because you got to when y'all give a clue, we have to decide, does that mean when you get to ground zero, look around and you see that, or is that a clue to get you to ground zero?
Right.
And it's so hard to determine which is which. And you guess wrong a lot. It's like, oh, it's got to be in this area. Well, no, then when you get there, it all makes sense. But yeah, we know that, very seldom is clue number 3 going to get you even in the general area. So I don't know why we keep running to Little Caesars other than the fact we like the pizza, but we still go every time. Even though, it's just like, oh, yeah, like that 4th clue is really going to do anything for us, but we have to. It's such a mental thing.
That's true. And you have to have it because it's going to mean something later if it doesn't right now.
Later, yes.
That's right.
Yes,
That's right.
I don't think we would have found it without those. So.
Well, and we'll just go through some of the clues here. First of all, multiple choice. I think Lisa thought of that one.
Well, all the rocks looked alike.
Right, okay.
Yeah, we didn't know if it was all the rocks looked alike or there was, in that particular area, there were 3 different drains. So
That's true. There were. That's true. There were 3 different
here's
drains.
Another one. There's a Sleep Inn as the closest hotel, and that's a choice hotel.
Yeah, he even got that deep.
Oh, for multiple choice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's cool.
We didn't think about that.
No, and it's interesting. A lot of our listeners will think of other ways that clue could be
there's so many
interpreted.
alternate
White lines was all the parking lot
Parking
lines,
lot,
right?
Sure.
Yes.
Flintstones, meet the Flintstones.
I was guessing because you're riding with the family down the street, kind of referring to commuting.
Exactly.
Right.
I didn't
Exactly.
know that till we got to the lot.
One of our initials.
Okay, maybe a stretch on this one, but I thought it was the Flying J for your
It
last
was.
one.
Yep, you're
I
right.
see.
It was.
I thought it was the McDonald's sign, the big golden M.
Oh, the M, right?
Oh,
No,
One of KOMA.
that's true.
Yeah. So no, it was the J. Lost in a crowd. That was it was just with all the other rocks.
Yeah, it was a party down there.
When it rains, it pours.
The
Drain
drainage
stuff.
ditch.
Obviously.
Right. Then you might find a clue in a John Candy movie.
That took us a whirl for the longest time, to tell you the truth. I mean, we thought first Uncle Buck, so we went to more to Buck Thomas Park, and that made a lot of sense to us. And then we actually, what else? We did something else. Oh, one of his movies is called Summer Rental, and it's all about going to the regatta and him sailing in that. So I went to Regatta Park. To tell you the truth, we did not figure out that clue till after I found the rock, and then one of those stupid 3 o'clock in the morning things. I woke up and I thought, oh, it's all about commuting because planes, trains, and automobiles. He had to go with Steve Martin everywhere.
Yep. Right.
And I wasn't even sure. I had to ask on that one, but we didn't get that till after the rock. So.
Okay. All right. Come to stay, come to play, or come to go away.
I just kind of figured with the commuter lot, you're parking your car and you're going away, or you could be coming close by to Frontier City to play.
Right.
Very
Exactly.
Good. Got
You
that.
got it.
Perfect.
There are lots of ways to fly.
Well, it had to be the Flying J.
That was the Flying J. So if you put that together with the initial, it would come together. Don't find it later than anyone else.
We were hoping that meant Sooner Road.
And
It did. Yeah.
It
It did.
3 shelters.
There were 3 covered benches at the front of the commuter lot.
See,
Right.
and that's one that once you get there, you go, aha.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time looking for 3s of anything. I mean, I mean, and it's kind of, we went to Bricktown a bunch, and there was three of, I think they did that on purpose. They made everything in threes just
Right. Yeah, okay. Smells delicious.
hopefully Cracker Barrel.
Or
Yeah,
IHOP.
and
You
IHOP,
got
which is
Cracker
right
Barrel,
across the street.
IHOP. You got every restaurant in the world down there, Harley.
Couldn't
Yeah.
smell them from where we were at.
We had considered using the clue, I smell breakfast, or hop on over.
Yeah.
Okay, another one, don't drain your resources. That was
Again, the drainage.
the drain.
Yeah.
No pay to stay, but maybe to play.
Turnpike.
Well, I wasn't sure. That almost sounds like a casino. But,
Yeah.
Right.
That's true. That's
but
true.
Frontier City over there, again, you're
Turnpike makes
paying to
sense.
play.
Yeah, and it's free parking, so there's
Free
no
parking
pay to
if you
stay.
get on the turnpike.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't get that one.
Yeah, green buildings.
ODOT.
Yep, all those buildings are green. Halloween symbol, you said was
Which
Yeah, that one was interesting because, we made a list of Halloween symbols. We even thought bat, so we were thinking Bricktown again because we kept hanging
Yeah.
out in that area.
Several people thought the
Thought
same thing with the
thing.
bat. Yeah.
And
The
then I came up
ballpark.
with
Yeah.
a bright idea that was totally wrong, that it was Ditch Witch. And I happened to look for where Ditch Witch was, and it was close to up there. And that's when I stumbled onto the Witcher clue. I didn't even get it until then. I was like, Witcher, wait. So,
Yeah.
so it was kind of weird. We
Yeah.
almost stumbled into it.
and then we had two other clues after that. I don't have those written down here.
Let's see.
2-minute microwave fudge.
That was
Yeah.
a 2-minute microwave. And the last one was you can sit on the
Sit in
front
a
porch
rocker.
in a rocker with
That's
a
right.
full belly and almost see it.
And that was Cracker
Cracker
Barrel,
Barrel.
of course.
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
Everybody sits
Yeah.
on the rockers.
Yeah.
So did you ever see other people hunting in the areas you were hunting?
I didn't ever see anybody that looked like they were looking for the rock.
That's the first time we've probably done this 6 or 7 years, and that's the first time I haven't run across somebody hunting.
Yeah.
We did see evidence that somebody was there before us because several of the rocks were overturned, but not the mass. I mean, I think I told you I've been to, when they did DeLisi Park, we were in the woods with 100 other people looking for the rock. I mean, I heard them yell when they found it, and it was like bees to honey. Everybody's like, "Let me touch it, let me
Wow.
touch it." So this is the first time. I don't know if we just lucked out and very few got it, or if we just happened to be there at the right time and didn't see anybody. So,
Yeah.
Well, this was a tough one because it wasn't in a park. It wasn't. It was still a public place. I mean,
yeah, that was difficult because first your mind goes to parks. I mean,
Yeah.
to tell you the truth, the way we look at it, and we're probably going to be wrong on some of these occasionally, is we look and go check the parks first. And strangely enough, we always look at the north side first because the history says that most likely it'll be on the north side. So, I mean, it's always going to be. But we do concentrate north first because that's, 7 out of 10, I think, have been up there. So, we're not saying it's
they
always
figured
that
us
way.
out, Kent.
Yeah,
We just
yeah.
Now we
kinda
got to
figured-
change the
We
pattern.
figure Lisa lives up north and doesn't hang out in the south side, so we start there. Doesn't mean we totally ignore the south side,
Well-
but we do look north first and work our way down to the river. So
Mr. Sykes scouts out the places, and then we talk about where we don't want to go this time, and then we talk about where we should go, and then there's a lot of limitation on where you can go because there's so much private property.
Yep.
So
yes, no, it's fine. And I mean, you've got your KLMA fan page and other people. I've got text already. and
Oh,
I've got
yeah.
things on Facebook because when they're done, all of a sudden people text you. Do you know who found it? Where was it? All that stuff. There's a whole
Yeah.
community. One of the girls that's found it twice, Tamina, she got a hold of me yesterday. She goes, I'm totally depressed for a week after this.
Oh yeah,
So
we have people we've watched their kids grow up. It's been so long.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Well,
Yeah.
she said y'all need to start a support group, and I said the problem is if they did start a support group, all they would do was tell you they wouldn't tell you where the meetings were. They just give you clues how to get there. So, she thought that was pretty good.
Well, we talked about having a Little Caesars reunion, like a Rock
Right.
Hunters
Oh,
reunion,
yeah.
and that would be fun. Like I said, a
be
support
awesome.
group. Except we might tell you where it is.
Yeah, that's right.
We have I have a question for y'all. How much flack do y'all get when y'all give the clue at 7:27 or something? Like
Oh
that?
well, yeah, we get flack. We
Yeah,
do.
once in a while. But we don't want to
Sometimes
jump in the
the
middle
music
of
dictates
Yeah,
it.
we don't
Yeah, I
want
knew how
to
it
jump
worked.
in the middle of a record,
Yeah.
but
I always
at
thought you
least
should play.
we never give it early, so
Never
the
give it
people
early.
that tune in at 7:20
Yeah.
didn't miss it.
I always think if you just played like Bob Seger's "Like a Rock," ROCK in the USA,
Yeah.
something that we know the clues next, and we're not going. Did somebody find it? Did somebody find it?
right.
Well, and a lot of times we really can't. We might hear it's been turned in,
Yeah.
but until we, get the picture of the rock or it's physically turned in, we still have to give a clue. So we actually, that's why we gave the clue we did on
Yeah.
Tuesday. We knew. I mean, or
Probably.
whatever day it was.
Yeah.
We knew that you guys had it. We
Yeah.
just didn't verify it, so we had to give a clue. And I said we got to give something so obvious anybody can go get it now.
Well,
you
and
know?
last time we found it, it was on Thanksgiving Day, so
Oh.
it was closed. You were
Yeah.
closed Thursday, no one
That's
here
right.
Friday, the whole weekend, and Monday morning. So yeah,
Oh, wow.
And we didn't tell anybody then, so we felt really bad that people were scrambling on Monday morning. So this time, at least I called KOMA and said, hey, I mean, I couldn't prove it, but said, hey, I just want to know when can we come in. And
Yeah.
that kind of started the ball rolling, I
Yeah.
guess.
And we didn't establish, you guys don't work together.
No.
no.
You just know each other from church.
Yes, we know each other, and I think our brains are a little bit different. We're wired differently, so when he gets a clue, he thinks one way, and I think the other way. We pick the best one, and
Oh, that's awesome.
Somehow it works. I mean, it's we don't always agree, but most of the time, we know when we both agree, it's probably right.
Yeah.
Can't-
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard me talking to Brett and Alan, but I almost got busted.
Really? How?
Yes, he works for Integris, and I actually heisted the rock from the drainage ditch in front of Integris.
Is that where you got it from?
Yes. Well, I wanted it to look like all the other ones that I found every place else, but I couldn't really go steal it from the ditch I wanted to hide it in.
Okay, so now the stolen rock is in the hands
The
of
stolen
one of the
rock is-
employees. You're getting
That's
him
what
in
an employee
trouble.
of Integris.
I am now an accomplice.
I promise, yeah. But no one saw me do it.
Okay, well then it's okay. I guess.
I hid it. I kind of, well, it was just a rock. I borrowed it. I guess
Okay.
we could
It's
make
gone-
him give
it's-
it back.
It's back now.
Technically, I could take it back. so
That's
it's all-
right.
That's
yeah,
true.
you could. That's right. It all comes
But they
around.
had to identify which rock it was and where it came from.
That's true.
Although there was some dirt on the bottom of it.
We were glad it wasn't muddy down there because that could have been a hassle. But we've had really good weather.
Oh,
for a
yeah.
week. I mean, it could have been terrible.
Yeah, we've had
Yeah.
some really interesting things. We've had, like fields mowed where we,
Oh, yeah.
when we hit the gnome,
Tinseltown.
they
Yeah. Oh, you remember that incident? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Poor gnome. May it rest in peace.
Rest in pieces.
In pieces. Exactly.
He did.
Exactly right.
the guy turned it in and there was like a fraction, like 3 little tiny pieces of paper that had some writing on it and part of the logo, and then it like 12 pieces of poor the gnome.
Yeah. Crazy.
But anyway, it's a lot of fun, and we know you guys enjoy doing it, and we enjoy doing it.
Yep, we sure do. And thanks to Little Caesars, you got $1,000.
Yay!
All right,
I want to
and-
thank Little Caesars and KOMA for sure because this is a lot of fun. A lot of people really look forward to doing this.
We
Good deal.
do.
Well, look forward to it next year.
We
We'll
will.
try again, but we'll see.
All right.
Might get lucky.